It's early, but they'll get over it. Hello, everybody. This is Gene. I'm here with Joe.
Again.
Again.
Two in a row.
It did happen. Part 2. I know people were starting to wonder if it was going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think they believed us when we said a couple of days. It'll be a couple of days.
I got a couple texts. Are you guys doing this?
Several. Like, yeah. We just, need to build your anticipation. Yeah, we're on the Disney Plus release schedule. 1 episode every 4 days.
There you go. All right. Well, let's jump right into it. We finished the first half. We got through KOE.
Yep.
And we're moving on from there.
Easy enough.
What do we got? Let's see if I can make this move. There we go. We're on Orcs and Goblins. Hey, look at that.
There no ogres?
First one in. Oh, Ogre. Yeah, there will be. OG is before OK.
Oh. Huh.
A, B, C, D, F, G. Yes.
Why are my downloads out of order? That's funny. Okay. Never mind.
All right. So McGee has an Orc. Tuck Guard. Yeah. And the Omen.
Focus. All right. I'm ready. Yeah. Let's do this.
He's on a war boar.
He's on a boar. He's got the Omen on the boar. He's got an Orc Shaman Master Thaumaturgy that fights.
Ooh, 14 mounted head bashers. Look at that. I like this guy. Oh, but he took trolls. Never mind.
Yeah, like
and he took wrecking teams.
You took the common Orc Wizard Master on Thaum. Like, why would you not take a Feral Orc once? You get the built-in ward save, and then if you want him to fight, take Shamanism, so you're only wounded on a 5-up.
Especially, yeah. That is kind
of if you want to take a Thaum Master on Orcs and Goblin, I totally support that. Just make him a Goblin, dude, that you can just throw away when you 5 dice everything.
All right.
And blow people away. I do like mounted Head Bashers. I think they're one of the most underutilized units in the game.
They're really good.
They're very good. I like Feral Orcs. I don't really like them with paired weapons, unless you're Biggins, whatever they're called now.
Right.
Head Bashers. Thank you. Sorry.
The Mammoth Stabber is pretty good, though. I like it.
And you like stabbing mammoths, I know. And then he's got some chaff. I haven't seen Gnasher herds in like a minute.
Yeah, I thought they went away, and then trolls. I don't hate trolls, but they just bug me because you can stupid 4. As soon as they get out of the bubble, they're done.
One bad overrun.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
And you want to chase because you want to run it down and kill it.
I know.
Anyway, so, all right.
I do like bridge trolls with the distracting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think cave trolls are still better because you get the your 4/4 up, and MR3 is really cool. But I mean, it's like almost a third less points.
Yeah, I'd have to check the price on 6 cave trolls, but
right.
All right.
It is what it is. And again, like, you take 1 giant, why aren't you taking 3?
Anyway, yeah, I do kind of like this list a little bit. He's using boar riders, so I've got to give him credit for that. All right, moving on. McDonald's, Orcs and Goblins. Force Goblin King on the Gargantula. Look at that.
There's always a Gargantula.
Yeah. Paired weapons and shield breaker. That's a really good.
He's taking the Great Gain Idol, but not making him the PSB. Like, that's an interesting choice.
It is. It's because you can get the.
I don't think it fights that well. Yeah.
And get the 18-inch bubble.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He does have a lot of chaff. I like if you can take chaff and core, just pay the extra points and take chaff and core. You know what I mean? Like, why spend?
5 Goblin Raiders. Yeah, I just started moving to that method myself, but
just go to the 8. Just dump him in core because core are wasted points anyway.
2 catapults and a skewer. 2
so
scrap
wagons.
He's got
4 essential chaff, essentially 4 chaff pieces.
Yeah, scrap wagons aren't good chaff.
Oh, they're fine. Like, they're annoying. They get in the way. They come off the table.
They do, but they end up going too far or too short. You can't get them where you want them, in my opinion.
Well, anyway. You can. Like, They're only
I
80
guess you go
points. Like they're just
sideways,
a
but they're
little.
only 80 points.
Yeah. Run them
So-
in the back of something. Slingshot some mad gets through them.
Yeah.
All kinds of
What's he
choices.
got?
I do like 15 Iron Orcs.
Yeah.
He's
15
4
Iron
scoring,
Orcs.
but like I think he's gonna struggle with scoring just because he has 1 unit of 15 Iron Orcs is good, but
Mm-hmm.
then he has a bunker of the 20 Common Orcs with the Discipline banner, and then he's just got goblins to tie something up. So like if you can kind of isolate
Right.
those Iron Orcs and remove them early, you
He
then only
does
have
have
to
the
focus on
Feral
the.
Ed Bashers.
Yeah, he does, but like they're
It's not a
they
huge
just go
unit.
down to a stiff breeze from ranged.
Right.
So
Okay.
like I think he's really gonna struggle with scoring.
Could be. Especially hold the center because he doesn't have a block. That's
But we're
really,
not playing hold the
really
center.
beefy. Oh, that's never mind. Good point.
I know.
Forgot all about that. Yep. All right, moving on then. Musgraves, Orcs and Goblins. Troll Ale Flask. If I see an Orc and Goblin list without a Troll Ale Flask, it gets knocked down a point.
You're gonna lose even more hair.
You lose a full. You lose a full grade for not having a Troll Ale Flask.
Wow.
An auto hit Strength 5 AP 10. Come on. Anyway.
That's fine. 27 or Iron Orcs and 10 mounted Ed Bashers.
27 Iron Orcs. Yep. And
It's a lot of Iron Orcs.
32 Ed Bashers in core with spears. That's actually a tough unit.
He's basically playing like 2 really big blocks and then some zoning pieces.
That is a hard. That's a hard list. I like this list a lot.
It's not that hard.
32 Ed Bashers and 27 Iron Orcs. That's
You only have
good.
to fight one.
Maybe he's got 10 Ed Bashers.
And I'll repeat this: you don't have to line up against the other guy. Just fight him straight on.
You sure?
Yes.
That's not part of the rules.
No, you don't have to like throw your
right.
toughness 3 dudes into those Ed Bashers.
Okay.
I mean the Ed Bashers too are common orcs without a discipline banner, so you can force some panic checks there.
Yeah, I mean their leadership 7.
Yeah. It looks like the general's
I guess.
probably going to be in the Iron Orcs though, because I bet he puts the Iron Orc Warlord in the Iron Orc unit.
Makes them steadfast.
How it usually goes.
Yeah, bodyguard.
Right. So again, if you can just isolate them, then you're fine. Pick off like the Ed Bashers, the mounted Ed Bashers, excuse me, the Gargantula. You just kind of take your points where you can. You don't have to go charge into the teeth of those big units.
Yeah, but it's so fun. All right. Okay, moving on. What do we got? I do kind of like this list though. This is a bad list.
Is it a bad list?
This is a bad list.
You know, you texted this to me, and I definitely didn't read it.
You should have read it because you would have found at least one of my mistakes.
I think I did tell you like, don't do this, because you like to play the combat armies that deploy in the back line. Oh, Gene, did you die? Uh-oh. Hey, Phil. Can you hear me? Well, this is awkward. Oh, just keep going. We can't hear Gene, but you can hear me. That's hilarious. Oh, there goes Gene. Oh, you just texted me. This is exciting. Oh, he had a power surge and it restarted his PC. Yeah, he he fell asleep. So let me go ahead and pull up Gene's list, and I'll just talk about that. Give me a second. All right, Dropbox. We are orcs and goblins. Phelps. No. All right, so Gene's list. You're gonna have to follow along at home until the old man gets back. All right, so he's got a wizard master on witchcraft, which again, I like witchcraft a lot with orcs and goblins with your low initiative and low weapon skill. Okay. However, it doesn't look like Gene has the shooting to take advantage of what's probably one of the best, deadliest, flexiblest spells in the game, which is Bewitching Glare. Because, like, yeah, he gets rerolls to wound with all of his orcs in close combat, but he doesn't get to also have that spell be in effect when he's moving across the table, because he only has minimal shooting. He also has his standard orc warlord, who's a feral orc on a warboar. Shady Shinkin. Okay, like he's a fighty orc warlord general.
I'm back.
Oh, you're back. Oh, that's good. This was awkward. We're talking about your list. If you want to reshare your screen.
Yeah, if you noticed, and this, again, you should have looked. I should have made you look at my list.
Why?
If you notice, the orc hero that I had as a cowboy,
yeah,
doesn't have a weapon.
No.
I don't know what happened.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That's bad.
I've got a guy with a hand weapon running around.
Just a guy with a hand. He's a 250-point chaff piece that doesn't move very far.
So dumb.
Well done.
Yeah, you like that?
Okay. No, I mean, well, yes and no.
How did
we were just talking about witchcraft too.
Okay.
Interesting choice, just because I like witchcraft for orcs, but I wish you had taken some shooting to take advantage of Bewitching Glare.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like, it works, but like orcs are like one of the best combined armsiest lists in the game, or armies in the game, and you're not combining any arms because you left your freaking weapons at home.
I got 32 bow shots. Actually,
you've 24 strength 3 AP 0 goblin bow shots.
All right. Yes. What are you saying?
Oh
anyway.
God. All right. So
wanting to take Bewitching Glare and move on to the other spells.
You just don't take Bewitch. I mean, you do have rerolls to hit and rerolls to wound, which is good. I like that you have 2 chat pieces. I like that you have 3 monsters. I mean that's all fine stuff.
I've been winning with this list. Does that help?
That helps. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
Okay.
How have you been? Why do you have 15 orc boar riders though?
I thought it would be fun.
Oh.
Simple. That's simple as that. I thought it would be fun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like, so remember when we were compared, like, from the last screen, and I got hit up about this a lot too. Stream, I guess, is the 15 silver helms and my rage about 15 silver helms.
Yeah.
How many points? They were 620 points, and yours are 460 with +1 strength, with a 6-0 ward save, with battle focus, and your awesome, whatever they call the war cry charge.
If that unit hits you,
gosh.
If that unit hits you, it's unlike the silver helms, which are 10 strength 5. This unit is 20 strength 5.
Right. The feral orcs win, even if they get charged.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So,
all right. Anyway,
Anyway.
So that'll be fun. That's cool. That's cool. I like. I don't like the goblins in your list because everything else seems like it really wants to go and get at them. But other than that,
and they've got the relentless company to catch back up when they need to.
Yeah, but they're goblins. Who cares? Leave them behind.
They're carrying my mage, and sometimes he's got to get within 18.
Who cares? Just leave him out in the middle of nowhere. He's fine.
All right. Okay.
All right. Okay. We caught up. All right. Now we're over to. Okay. The first thing that my eyeballs hit on my monitor was Liger's Tongue. Like it already.
Liger's Tongue's a great item.
Liger's Tongue's a phenomenal item. -1 attack.
Yep.
Then my eyeballs. The next thing I saw when I was perusing this list. A con with light armor, paired weapons, and a rod of battle. Like, why? You have a phenomenal chav army. You have move 16 frickin' 80-point kitty cats. You have trappers. You did take trappers, which is cool. You have yetis, which are strength 5 chaff. Like, why bother taking a 230 point character for a Rod of Battle, which is something you can stop on 1 dice? Or, I mean, sure, I'd probably let it go and just be like, oh, darn, your bruisers hit me 1 better. Like, whatever.
Okay.
I mean, you don't have rerolls to hit, right? Which is what you're really worried about.
Pair of 3 bombardiers is nice. Race pistols.
And he's got 6 merc vets. Like, those
no...
merc vets are so expensive, and he didn't take plate armor.
This is the army that I like the Scratapults and the Bombards in, because if they blow up and they misfire, it's still a decent chariot.
It's still a chariot, yeah. But in this case, he took those. That's a 742 point unit that has a 6-up save. Do they have light armor or heavy armor? I can't even remember anymore. Let me double check. Before I
think they have heavy.
They have heavy armor, so they have a 5-up save.
Right.
I mean, the Great Khan. Like, I hope the Great Khan works well, because I wish we saw more Great Khans.
Yes.
But 230 point. Phil, I understand, and you're also signed into your wife's YouTube account. Like, come on, man, be better. I understand the Rod of Battle is a great item, but you're paying 230 points for a Rod of Battle in this list.
Great Khan, all right.
I mean, the BSB's fine. I like him with Horde Master. Personally, I think rerolls. I think Cult Leader's better on a BSB than a General, because I think extended reroll range is better than just making them Leadership 9 instead of 8 or 7.
Right.
But I mean, whatever. That's fine.
Be better. All right. Okay.
Go.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that list, but
Pyro's. I haven't seen Pyro on a Shaman or an Ogre Kingdom army in a while. So, like, again, he's taking some different choices that we don't usually see, which is good. I just think this list could be a lot better.
Again, like I said, pay attention to the notes. I'll have Joe's email address. Pimp my list.
Hashtag pimp my list.
All right, another Ogre Kingdoms. This one's Gurk. He's got a Frost Mammoth and a Slave Giant. This is monsters.
Thank you.
2 units of mercenaries. Look at that. I have not seen that in a long time.
Okay, so he took the anti. I guess the characters are gonna go with the Merc Vets with the pistols, because he put the anti-terror banner on the Merc Vets, but he has 6 tribesmen kind of sitting there. Like, if you're not gonna take a save on your con, your BSB, or your general, then why wouldn't you take the banner of discipline somewhere, just to really make sure you're not, because you're only leadership 8,
right,
and you do take panic checks and you do take terror checks. Like, to me, having the discipline in your back pocket would just make me a lot more make me a lot more comfortable.
I agree.
I don't understand why you took the Frost Mammoth if you're going to play great weapons on your Merc Vets.
Right.
The
other unit doesn't, but
yeah, but the other unit has the same problem we already talked about, which is they're not as scary. I mean, they're good. Like, don't get me wrong, they're good. Merc Vets are great. Like, even with pistols are great. I like them a lot. I think dropping accurate for the plate armor on them is a little bit better. You don't have Swift Stride anywhere in this army except on that Frost Mammoth, which is a concern, because you have the Great Grass Sky banner, and then Merc Vets can also take Swift Stride. So you have ways to get your army that relies on impact hits to help make up for that hitting deficiency. You're not taking that item to help cover that problem.
Right. Yeah, and it's a Leadership 8 army.
Leadership 8 army is fine.
It's not fine.
It's fine. Like, when I play Ogres, I've usually used the Leadership 8 army, but I take things like Cult Leader to help make up for it on the BSP. Again, I don't know why it's on the Shaman. Like put that on the BSB so you at least get rerolls even if you have lower leadership. And then you need Swift Stride on things, and I don't understand a Frost Mammoth when you have great weapons on your main combat block. 2 big combat blocks.
Right, I would like to see other mercenaries have some other than great weapons.
You can take Iron Fist there. I mean, the great, yeah, because it's like they're your highest. They're agility 3. Like they're no pushovers,
Right.
and
Yeah, and the Frost
agility
Mammoth only
wise,
brings you to 1. It doesn't bring you to 0.
right? So take
Right.
them.
Anyway.
Check an Iron Fist on them. Check paired weapons on them. I don't know.
All right.
Halberds.
Yeah, we go with another Ogre Kingdoms.
All right, so this is what you usually see. That Shaman is kind of like your cookie cutter build. He has a 4/4 up. He's on Shamanism, so you wouldn't want a 5 up. He has the heirloom, so he's got 5 spells. He's channel 2, and he has the Obsidian Rock with a great weapon. Perfect. That's probably the perfect Shaman.
And your BSB
in my
is
mind.
the cult leader.
Your BSB has the cult leader. Like that, those 2 characters to me, that's how you build the perfect or the net list. Unless you're trying to take something else, which it looks like the other guys are trying to take versions of these 2 characters just in an unoptimized way.
Right.
It looks like.
Bruisers with the pennant. That's nice.
Perfect. Tribes. I don't like big tribesmen, but that's fine if you want to take them that way. That really is fine. The 2 units of Tusker Cav are cool. I wish we saw more Tusker Cav because the models are sweet. I actually like the MSU Merc Vets too. I think that, yeah, I actually do. Like you get, I mean, you have what with champs 16, 12, 13 strength 5 attacks.
Right. Only 9 wounds though.
That's okay.
Okay.
I don't know if I'd pay for the brace of the 66 points or whatever it is to give 3 guys pistols for 6 shots.
Right. Neither one of them have plate either.
Yeah.
So the ones up top are only armor 5 with 9 wounds. The ones down below are 4 with 9 wounds.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a little.
Yeah, I'd like if you're gonna take Iron Fist, take plate because then you have the parry and 3 up.
Right.
But otherwise, like this is so far, this is my favorite list for ogres.
Even without the Liger's tongue, huh?
Even without the Liger's tongue. I mean, it's fine. You just went, like, you don't need it. I do like that item a ton, though.
Here's a Great Con with the D3 wound weapon.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a big scary guy.
Yeah.
Firemancer. Bruisers. 2 units of veterans again. This must be the new thing.
So, like, he's got 4 big blocks, and I'm just looking at his con here, his BSB. Like, you could have taken. I mean, it's fine because he has the banner discipline, so all of his characters are obviously going in the bruisers. Like, that's cool. You could have, though, maybe used those points a bit better and just made the bruiser switch stride unless he wants to bounce him around. Which I guess he wants to bounce him around, then that's cool because he has that's 7 Merc Vet. It's probably actually going to go with the BSB is going to go those 7 Merc Vets to give them switch stride.
The one that doesn't have it, right? Yep.
Right, so they'll all reroll once. I mean, the Great Khan's going to go in there too, so he gets rerolls once to hit in the wound with D3 wounds.
Yeah. That's a hard-hitting infantry army. I mean, there's nothing much. It's 4 blocks of ogres, a cannon, and 3
just 4 blocks of ogres.
That's it.
That's a lot of great weapons too.
It's a lot of great weapons. It's a low model count army. Was it like 30 models? A little bit more? Yeah. Anyway.
I don't understand the cannon. Like,
I kind of like it.
Take some chaff instead of the cannon because you have a D3 wound guy and you got pyro, but
he wants to scare big monsters.
I guess that's fine. But no
cannons.
chaff there. So.
All right, Saurian Ancients. BSP. What's he got? Saurian Raptor, Light Death Cheater.
Just runs around.
Light armor with Death Cheater. What does that make him? That makes him a 3-up?
No, because he gets the veteran gets I think 2 base. The Raptor gives you 2 base. Light armor gives you 1 base. 3 up, and then the what's his scaly skin save? 2, so he's a 1 up.
Oh, he's a 1 up. Okay, with a 4 up. Got it.
Well, 4 up, great weapon.
Bunch
He
of
took the Taurus sword, but didn't take the engine. And I know the engine's expensive now, but I mean, you get the metal shifting hits, and you get the Aegis save. I want to say ward save, but the Aegis save from shooting and ranged. So I feel like if you're gonna take one Taurus sword, just take the engine, but that's fine.
What is the crocodile upgrade for the warriors?
Is it Fear, I think, or is it Piranha? Give me a second. I'll look it up. Croc, +1 armor against close combat attacks.
It's the armor upgrade.
It's the armor upgrade. So there'll be sorry. 2, 3, armor 4, so 3 up in close combat.
Okay.
Which is okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Temple Guard with Rending Banner, because they got the...
He's a lot of scoring. He has a lot of scoring units. 6.
Yep.
2 chat pieces. Yeah, this list is fine. Like, the Adept on Shamanism is also a nice chat piece, too, because he's only 190 points. You can march out of a block.
Yep.
I'll be curious to see if he deploys him in the Temple Guard or if he puts him with the Skinks.
The Quadalord?
No, yeah. Well, if you're gonna take the Quaddle Lord, you should just pop him in the Temple Guard for the bodyguard. But the Skink Priest, because he can line up on the corner of a unit and shoot out for late game chaff.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's a Lizardman list. Yeah, that's fine. Really wants to fight, so.
Sweeney's Orient Ancients. Alpha Carnosaur with the General riding it. Spirit of the Stampede. I don't like that.
With impact hits?
If you keep, well, as long as he gets in with somebody else that's got a champion to suck up a challenge.
Yeah.
You're gonna get really upset if you go into something and kill a champion.
He's taking 2 vets with baby Carnosaurs.
Right. Yeah, as long as he keeps something with that guy around him to go with him into something, that's fine.
Yeah. But he does not have a BSB.
Okay, whatever. He's been talking to Cactus too long.
Well, I think you could play BSB list if you have things like Div or, like Obsidian Guard or the new Skaven rule with the Eagle standards or whatever. Like, there are builds out there. Just Lizardmen aren't one of them because, yes, you're cold-blooded. You fail cold-blooded checks all the time, and you have Ramphidons with their frenzy checks.
That's a big, scary unit of riders, though.
Just 10 Raptor riders.
Yeah, those are scary. They put out a lot of damage.
Yeah. Great analysis.
Yes.
Heavy cavalry puts out a lot of damage. And no magic. Yeah, you're right, Ben Jones. Just straight up wants to go fight. Again, you're taking the. He probably couldn't fit it actually. The monster limit for the.
I like his last comment. Did I write this list? No, your daughter did.
That's it. All right. Moving on. Lenny.
Lord, that guy's essence of free mind.
Yeah, so with the Sun Tablet, so he gets to use both the 5 and 6 spell.
800 points.
Yeah, this list it's gonna shoot the crap out of you, magic you from range, and then run you over with 3 Taurosaurs when you get close.
Yeah, that looks like the plan.
Yep, and then all of these skink captains are annoying. They have double breath weapon. They have the wildfire burst for the extra shooting. I'm sure he will bounce them between brave units and then the Cayman, the Scroc unit, the skink braves with the Cayman. And again, they become emergency chaff. They're also just kind of annoying. I think scoring might be a bit of a concern because all of your scoring is toughness 2. But you might not have to worry about it if the Taurosaurs have run over everybody.
Right.
I mean, like, his big concern would be if he ran into somebody that's really good at killing single models at long range, and they're just blowing up those Taurosaurs, and then he's left exposed without any answer.
Right. Okay.
And he has to charge.
Some of those Sonstal armies with multiple cannons.
Yeah. Or the Flagellants, where it's like, oh, my Taurosaur charged and killed like 16 out of 18. Well, there's 2 left, and here's a flank charge with the light of the Sonstal.
Right.
You know, so he has to charge. Like, all of his combat power comes from charging. But I think he'll do pretty well. And just please, for Lenny's sake, nobody play a Pyromaster against him.
Just watch his army disappear.
Yeah, just all res too.
Sylvan Elves.
Gotcha. Alright. So he's got the Great Elk guy, which, he's strength 7, AP 3. Like, that's, like, he's a solid piece for 565 points. He's such a pain in the butt to deal with. Interesting choice on the Forest Prince. Like, I understand, like, the charging, the guy with the spear, he charges, he gives him distracting, I think, if he does a wound, or he reminds him to hit.
With
the Hunter's Honor.
Oh, okay.
I gotta double check the wording on that. +1 strength, +1 AP. Okay, they get distracting. Okay, so it doesn't stack with the Predator Pennant. Okay. So anyway, he's a foot dude. He has the glyph, which is the you can't be stomped, and when you're fighting in a duel, he becomes defensive like 11 or something.
Wow. Okay.
Defensive 10 becomes defensive 10.
Yeah, the wizard, the druid apprentice of shamanism. That's a chaff piece, right?
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's also, you can make those forest rangers, strength 6, AP 4.
Strength 6, AP 4. Okay.
Yeah, because those forest rangers are gonna hurt somebody.
Yeah. Good point.
Mm-hmm.
A pair of tree fathers and some sentinels. Okay.
So the tree fathers hold you in place. The rangers run you over. The sentinels pick some wounds off from range. I think the draw of not having to deal with hold center makes this list a lot better.
Right. I'm surprised you didn't do hold center.
It's kind of like the thing that I am focusing on is because it's like the first tournament I think I've ever gone to in 9th Age where it did not have hold center.
Right.
Which is fine. I think it does shift the meta, almost as much as no flags.
Right. I think both those are, to me, kind of leaning on those being standard in every tournament.
Yeah, just because they really help prevent the kind of skew lists, right?
Correct.
Like, I know for me personally, it was like, oh, well, I could take a big unit. I need like a unit of spears or a big unit of obsidian card to go fight over the center. Where I was like, oh, now I don't need that, so I'll just take more shooting. You know what I mean? So.
Okay.
Yeah, but it is good. I think one thing too I'll just mention is I hate the design flaw, like the design flaw in the Sylvan Elf book of the Forest Prince not taking Forest Guardian, and it doesn't help him to be a Forest Ranger, so he can't take the Vanguard and the +1 move. Like, it's just annoying to me. Like, you're holding that unit back by not giving them the +1 movement. Because making him move 6 makes him really scary.
Right, but he slows him down to 5.
And he slows him down to 5.
Yeah.
But he does give him distracting. So, curious to see how this does. Like, I think it's better than the normal all-tree list, personally.
Okay. The Phil Carl brand list.
Yeah. And I mean, he did have MR3 with the Guardian having the rock, and then both the Rangers and the Archers having Aether Icons.
Alright, Tree Father Ancient. Another Forest Prince. Tree Fathers. Wow. Okay, this is the more the standard list I'm used to seeing, except there's 24 Forest Garden in it.
Yeah, with just another score. That's cheap for 300 or 24 elf models for 312 points.
Yeah, it's the same price as those 15 Black Orcs.
Yep.
Right at it.
Double Tree Father though is good. He does have his master on Druidism, so he takes 3 big trees. He doesn't really have a lot that fights though, and I'm hesitating when I say that just because he has a lot of things that get into combat and hold you. He doesn't have a lot of things that just blow something out of the water. Does that make sense?
It does. The Thicket Beasts are fairly tough, aren't they?
Yeah, everything's tough,
right?
but he's got basically 4 anchor pieces: the Ancient, Double Tree Father, and the Thicket Beast. That's 4 big anchor pieces, and also the Forest Guard to some extent, because they're just a nice scoring spear block that holds the general. But
Wild Huntsman hit really hard. Right?
But they're they're tough 3 with a 4-up armor save. So are they really gonna survive to get in there? Like, you kill the Huntsman, and then you can just start picking on the scoring units, and you don't. There's not that one. Like, the Forest Rangers were so good in Jeremy's list because that's a unit that runs around with 2 attacks at strength 5, AP 3 base, and they just when they get control of something, they smash it. Nothing in this army screams to me like it's gonna smash it. Like, it's all about holding, but he's focused on holding units in place and doesn't have the shooting to support that. So I think there's a little bit of a disjointed build here. I think it's fine. Like, I see why, like, if you're gonna take the tree list, take, instead of a Tree Father Ancient and a Forest Prince, take the Forest Prince on a dragon, or take the Avatar and then take the Druid Elf on Druidism instead of the Tree Father Ancient. But
okay.
Lots of anvils, no hammers. Because just in my mind, 6 Huntsmen are not making it.
Right. Undying Dynasties, Bergie.
So did anything about this change from our pandemic picnic? Yeah, I don't think so.
It looks the same.
It's exactly the same.
Cataphracts. Didn't he have the other Stalkers?
I don't think so.
Okay, I thought somebody had Stalkers. Guess it wasn't him.
Well, I think this is like one too where, like, Bergie should be pissed that there's no hold center, because to me that's just like this list gets free 3 points. Oh, he swapped the flaming banner to the Stalker standard. Okay. All right, thanks, Phil.
Got worse.
Yeah, it got worse. So he's got 2 chat pieces. He has the ambushing scoring with the Banner of the Entombed. He's got the spear block with the skeletons, which just hits so hard with the Death Mask and Godslayer. Like, if I played this list, it'd be... I'm not going to fight that. Like, he might run over everything else in my army. I can't fight that spear block unless you get, like, triple flank on it. So he does have the Architect to protect the Tomb Reapers and the Cataphracts. But you can kind of, if you have enough threats, you can pick where you're going to go, whichever one doesn't have the fortitude on it. I do think for, like, a meta like Buckeye, though, and a lot of the lists I've seen, I think this list is going to do really well.
Right. It's a big block of skeletons that no one's going to want to mess with.
No, and he has enough threats to try and get it on top of you, right, to where you have to mess with it.
Yeah, and he's good enough to do that.
Yes.
All right. Let's see. 2 caskets. That jumps out.
It's got the Arc of Ages too. I do like the Arc of Ages on Cosmo a lot. I don't know why you don't take the hourglass though with Cosmo. I guess because you're an adept. Like, just make him a master. He's a better choice. But that's fine. Because the hourglass is just, it's so good with, especially with Cosmo, where you have such low casting values, so you can still two dice your healing because Altered Sight and Truth of Time go what on like a 5 or a 6. So if you're gonna take Cosmo, take the Master, give him the Sacred Hourglass because then he can still heal with 2 dice. Unlike with Div and Evocation, you really can't heal with just the 2 dice caster.
Sun's Embrace, Carnal Catapult, Battle Sphinx, Prepare Reapers. Okay. A lot of nice little pieces in this one.
Yeah, I think he's really going to struggle with scoring, though. Because 20 skeleton archers aren't doing anything. The 30's not. I mean, so, like, the 30 skeletons with spears are solid. There's not a lot of them to make me... Like, 59 it's double, right? Like,
right.
If I blow that unit out in a 1 round of combat, it's going to be there the next turn. Where if I blow this unit out in 1 round of combat, it crumbles and I kill the Pharaoh that way. It's also like he's not nearly as scary without Godslayer. Like I wouldn't blink twice about charging right into that spear block.
Right.
With 2 units. Like you do need 2 units, but it just doesn't worry me like the previous list's spear block did. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay. Like the other thing too is he's paying 300 points for this architect. I was just making sure it wasn't like a terracotta list, and that's why you did it, was so the skeletons got the fortitude, but it's not a terracotta list.
Right.
So like you're paying 300 points, but there's 3 cataphracts, a sphinx, and 2 tomb reapers. Like the 5-up region's probably not going to save one of those things from dying if it gets into something it can't fight. Where like if you take those big units of tomb reapers and cataphracts, that 5-up region means they're not going anywhere. Like you're not getting through 18 toughness 4 3-up armor save 5-up region saves in a round. Most likely with almost anything else out there.
Right. No, I agree. They are small units for that.
Right.
One region to bounce around.
I think Tomb Kings, like I'm a big fan of MSU, and that's why I don't play Tomb Kings, because I think Tomb Kings want big, beefy units because you go in there, you kill some of them, but they absorb it with that architect, they absorb it with their death masks and their to hit modifiers, and then the hierarch kicks in and he's healing. And he's healing, and he's buffing the units he's healing, and then suddenly you're stuck on Bergie's 29 skeletons instead of 59 now, but now he's got +1 to hit. He's got all these extra buffs, and that skeleton block became 42, and now he's going to just maul you.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Phil called it a Ben Jones list.
Yeah, Phil's being pretty spicy tonight.
Vampire Covenant.
Oh, we're almost done.
No, we're not. There's like 8 of these guys.
Just let me dream.
Sorry. Pair of vampire counts. Ton of ghouls. Barrow guards. 2 dark coaches. Only 3 vampire knights.
So heavy armor is 5-up. Shield, Willow's Ward, Legend of the Black King. All right, so he's a 2-up, 4-up that gives his unit Swift Stride because of Hour of the Wolf. So that's cool. And then True Thirst is going to heal. And he also gets the +1 strength and AP and Vampiric 3-up. So I like that. I like, actually, for a foot vampire, color me impressed. Like, I haven't seen that before. And he's running double Master, which is cool. So the Master Evo, the Master Occultism. So he has the triple snipe threat. The arcane knowledge gives him +6 inches on Graves' Call, which is cool. One thing I will say is a lot of people play this wrong is the Mark for Doom. You don't get the +6 inches on the sniping version of Mark for Doom. You only get it on the normal version.
Okay.
He's only a 2 up though. Like you have the heavy armor, the shield, the 2.
Yeah,
I
if you
think
want
like
to mount it.
when you're playing the vampire counts too, like not the harmony but the actual count. I really like the eternity gem. Um, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 scoring units, 2 dark coaches, and 3 vamp knights, and then the 30 barrel guard is his centerpiece. So this list is going to be a huge pain in the ass to
Right.
fight against if he's really good at making 4-up ward saves. And I think that's kind of what it's going to come down to, because I think those vamp knights, he's like, oh crap, I need a 4 scoring unit, so he chucked them in, and I feel like those are a free 300 points, almost 280, and then the 100 points for the chaff, and then 125 for more chaff. So you could peel pieces away from it rather quickly. If he's not good at making the 4-up ward saves, you're going to struggle to get really good points off of it. If he's really good at making it, he's going to run you over. Like, I think this list is better for teams than it is for singles, just because this list, like, I would take this list and expect to get between a 7 and 13 every single game I played. Like, and then if I got really good on my ward saves and my sniping worked really well, or had a lot of really good targets for grave calls, I think that 13 turns into more like a 15 or 16 or 17.
Right. Which are
But
good solid wins in a team.
yeah, exactly. Where in this list, it's like, yeah, or I don't have like my army. Just to speak again from what I'm bringing, like when I look at this, it's like as long as my warlocks don't get in Graves' call range, there's not a whole lot of points you can take from me with Graves' call. I can sit on a couple of the snipes. I have ways around that. I can just sit there and plink wounds off of the vamp knights, off the the great bats, the chaff, yada yada yada. I don't have to go fight 30 barrel guard with 2 vampire counts in it. So
Okay.
you can just kind of sit back, take a minor loss against her, maybe get a minor win. Like, it's a phenomenal blocking list. I don't think it's going to do too well in singles. Although, again, this is Buckeye, where I've seen matches where you're like, oh, as long as he doesn't just charge into the middle of the army, he's going to do fine. Somebody's going to charge into the middle of this army, get blown out, and be like, oh, VC are so crazy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Again, that's going to be that barrel guard unit's going to be a huge sinkhole for points.
Yeah, it's just yeah. I mean, it's got
23. If both the characters are in it.
Both characters are definitely going in. It's like 2,300
so like,
points. Yeah.
Yeah, with the general bonus, 25. Yeah, it's crazy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. All right. Be Joseph.
Oh, he took Crimson Rage. Okay.
See that?
Okay. I haven't seen Red Fury in a long time. That's why I'm kind of surprised.
Big block of skeletons, 2 huge block of zombies. Huge. Well, I mean, I guess you can go 60, but 41's pretty big.
Easy.
Most people see them start. I see most of them starting at 20, 25. They'll hopefully grow, but. Oof.
All right. So he's running double adept. They're gonna go in the Barrow Knights most likely, or they might split them 1 Barrow, 1 Vampire. I don't like this list at all. He's running triple adept. Sorry, no, I don't. You're not gonna have enough healing to support it. Those zombies can get blown out without any kind of real magic support. Same with your skeletons. Like, they have halberds. Like, why would you pay for halberds and skeletons? Why not just take shields to actually tie something up? You can focus on the Vamp Knights. Like, that's 700 points for 12 wounds. Excuse me. I mean, yeah, they're really scary when they get in. But, like, when you're looking at what do you need to shoot or magic or prioritize, Vamp Knights. They only res 1. So the vampire counts are also scary. Like, yes, they're scary. I personally like Eternal Duelist more than Crimson Rage, but that's just a personal preference. I understand he took True Thirst to help with that healing deficit, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And neither of them fly, so you don't have that kind of anti-chaff threat
Nothing
that
flies
you
here,
usually
does it?
see. No, which is pretty surprising for VC army. You usually see a lot of flying. Um, that's just my personal take. It's all
Nothing
scoring. I
flies,
think
and
he
he
is going to
has no
struggle in
chaff.
flags. He hasn't. Well, the Varkalak is like super chaff.
Okay.
Because you can hit those 4-up regions and just hold something in place forever, right? Like,
Yeah, it's not a traditional cheap chaff piece, though.
no,
Nothing is in this,
no,
unless his necromancer turns out to fill that role.
right.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. This guy. What's this list? Shrieking Horror, Court of the Damned, and 3 units of 30, one of each.
He's got 4 big blocks.
Yep.
He's got 4 big blocks. It's a Shrieking Horror as his cannon. The Master on Witchcraft is interesting. I mean, yeah, he took halberds on the barrel guard, so that's better, I guess, because you're hoping to get down their agility, their weapon skill, and stuff like that. The court's cool. Haven't played against the court in quite a while. The court fights a lot better, Ben Jones, than the altar shoots. Let me go over the rules with that again. So you're -2 agility and -2 defensive skill, so he's buffing those barrel guard.
Right.
And Commandant, what's Commandant do again? It's really good. I just can't remember what it is. Defensive skill and offensive skill of all rank and file. So they're just the barrel guard are going to be offensive, defensive 6, or offensive, defensive 6. And then
bringing you down everywhere.
And then he's bringing you down too with the court.
And the deceptive glamour.
Right. So he's just gonna hammer you down. Like, don't fight the barrel guard and you'll be all right.
There you go.
That's how to beat this list. Don't fight the barrel guard.
Stay away from the barrel guard.
Done. Just peel everything else off.
Don't know this guy. Is he new?
Yeah. Okay.
See, there you go. 20 zombies. 20 zombies.
They're so cheap for 135 points. They become 40. You just take your time. So I think ghasts are the best unit in the Vampire Count book. You get 24 tough 5 wounds with a 5-up regen that heal, and if they did a wound in a previous round of combat, they get rerolls to hit. So he has the built-in rerolls. He's got a way with Cosmo to give him strength 5, AP 2, which is good. He has a way to give them rerolls to wound with evocation, which I like a lot, especially with the Book of Arcane Mastery. That really covers up their deficit of having low AP if you give them rerolls to wound with lethal strike. Are you eating right now during our live stream?
Rubbing this little fuzz thing for my mic is rubbing.
Rubbing things. I got it. And then he has the Shrieking Horror and the 4 Winged Reapers to also deal with armor, with the built-in lethal strike on the Reapers and the AP 10 on the Horror. I do like Nosferatu because they have the built-in gates, which is cool. I don't know why he took halberds instead of shields. Again, that might just be a personal thing where I think the parry is better in this than some strength 4 skeleton attacks. I mean, they'll be AP 2 with the Rending Banner. I guess they could be AP 3 if you give them the +1 strength. So you might be talking me around on that. But as I talk about it,
talk yourself around on that.
Yeah, I can see why he did. I mean, it's also core points, right? Like, it's core points, and they can bring the Nosferatu can bring them above their starting value. So, yeah, it's a pretty good army. I really like 8 ghasts with cosmology.
Right. Yeah, I haven't seen ghast run that much lately.
Ghasts are phenomenal. Such an animal.
Schweitzer, Vampire Counts.
Ooh,
3
on a dragon.
banshees. Oh, and a big dragon.
And a big boy. On evocation with a great weapon and a rock. So he's MR2. And then a courtier. Ancient arcane knowledge master. Occultism. Oh, that's cool. So he has the master occultism with the plus 6-inch range. He's got the coach, the 3-winged reapers, the shrieking horror. Like that half of the list looks the same. I am worried about his scoring. He only has 3 scoring, and one of those is 20 zombies.
Hopefully be 40, but
Hopefully will be
still.
40, but
Yeah.
he only has 3 scoring. So I think and with vampires having to stay so close to get any kind of movement, I would be worried about that on more flexible scenarios like spoil secure if you want to just drop one on the other half of the table away from him. King of the Hill.
Right.
But that's like the big weakness I see is just not having that scoring flexibility with the only 3. They're all infantry too, so you're just kind of limited in your scoring options there.
Okay.
I mean, banshees are fine. They're gonna make that skeleton block like kind of nasty. Like they scream. They also do it in combat, so some strength 4 hits. Less excited about this list than the previous list, but I do like zombie dragons, so I am happy about a zombie dragon.
Great weapon, obsidian rock. Okay. Vermin swarm.
Oh, Vermin Swarm. The last ride.
Last hurrah of the
The
Vermin
last
swarm.
hurrah.
Yeah. Res 2, we're coming.
That's a lot of this is a lot of gutter blades, which is
2 units of 50 plus rats.
yeah.
Yeah. 9, 5, and 5 gutter blades. The small human of Vermin guard.
They're just there for the anti-flying with the lightning run.
Pair of cannons.
So this list is going to be really, really, really annoying to play against. Emphasis on really annoying.
Really?
To play
Okay.
against. Oh, he's not coming? Oh, that sucks.
All right. Well.
But this list is cool because you have the gutter blades with all the throwing weapons and the poison shooting. You have the vermin demon to keep them around. You have 6 pistol shots. You have the machinist nickel and diamond in. You have the witchcraft adept to get on top of you. The lightning cannons, the naphtha launchers to take care of the multi-wound models. Like it's a cool list. Wish he was coming,
But it won't be there.
but it won't be there. Moving on.
Detler. Vermin demon.
Plague Patriarch.
Yeah, get your demon in while you can.
Get your demon in your. I almost took Vermin Swarm just to play the Vermin Demon in the Plague Pendulum because the new Plague Pendulum is such trash. Like it's so
Is it
bad.
really that bad?
It's so bad.
2 cannons, a dreadmill, 2 units of 6 vermin hulks. I'm not a big fan of the vermin hulks, but I guess you got the demon there
I mean,
for
either.
leadership,
But at
so-
least in this rendition, they have 3 attacks and battle focus. In the new edition, they have 2 attacks and no battle focus.
Yeah.
So the thing that I see with this list, the big weakness is just Skaven do really well with combining big nasty shooting with little shooting and then big blocks that don't move. He doesn't have any of that stuff. Like
He doesn't have the little shooting.
he doesn't have the little shooting. He doesn't have plague disciples like vermin hulks or That's just how I feel about it. Like he does have 4 scoring, which I guess is good. But the rat at arms, I don't see a point to them at all. That could be almost 3 units of footpads. For the little shooting, like the Hulks, or I don't know. Like kill the Dreadmill and then just run him over. Like that's
Nice.
kill the Dreadmill and just run him over. Like that's all I got for you. Hit the Plague Pendulum in the flank and it's dead too. So
He's going to be leadership 9, steadfast for a while.
yeah, stubborn. It's like, well, you only have to kill 20 top 4 models.
That's... Alright. Here we go again. Tyrant with the Doomblade.
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 I wouldn't put him on a Vermin Guard litter personally. Just I don't think it's worth the points for somebody that's just gonna kill himself.
You stay away from him and let him kill himself.
Just let him kill himself, or run like
Almost
20 goblins into him.
Almost 150 ratted arms, or
that's a lot of bodies. That's a lot of bodies. 90 ratted arms plus 50 Vermin Guards, so you have 140.
Right.
The meat grinders go in the ratted arms, the dreadmill, the lightning cannon, the Jazales. One A-bomb is pretty unexciting. I would take 2 personally. When I play Skaven, when I talk to a lot of other people who play Skaven, again, 1 big threat like that is pretty easy to deal with. 2 makes it a lot harder.
Right.
They also have the correlating effect of protecting your dreadmill, because your dreadmill wants to get in and do its thing. And if they can kill the A-bomb quickly, then they can get on the dreadmill much faster. 2 of them can kind of protect that. Again, this is like our 3rd list in a row without any Plague Disciples. And I can't believe nobody's taking Plague Disciples because they're going away. They're such a good piece, and they're gone.
They need to go away, yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, those are fantastic.
Yeah.
Is that the first? That's the first monstrous rat we've seen.
Our first monstrous rat. It's good. He's got like weapons, tail 7, strength 5, and then AP 5 from the rat.
It's ugly, and then the breath weapon from the rat.
Yeah. Oh, he's also got Plague Disciples. That's good.
He does. Only 10, but he's got them.
Yeah, I don't like the
11 Vermin Hulks. That's a huge unit.
Yeah, he's got the BSBs going in there too.
Yeah, but
why would he take Endless Swarm on the Vermin Hulk? Doesn't make any sense.
Take what? Oh,
so he gets the extra, so he can go 3x4, I guess. Like,
maybe.
Why would you just not take MR4 there? Okay, yeah. Sure. Other than that, it's the Vermin Hulks and their ratted arms are gonna plug you up. I do like the lightning cannon and the plague catapult combo because you kind of cover both your bases there. And then 5 gutter blades for chaff, 10 foot pads for scoring chaff, and then 20 gyrants for also chaff. I mean, it's fine.
Yep.
Doesn't really excite me, but it's good. It's probably one of the better ones we've seen though.
And here we go again. I guess everyone's trying to get their vermin out. Yeah,
before they're gone. All right, so we have a pendulum. I like the pendulum. We have a Thaumaster Second Awakening. Again, I would have taken that just because it's going away the rerolls to hit.
Right. Reroll the number.
Yeah, it's such a good piece. Surprised he's taken Swarm Master on the BSB, and he's taken double Machinists. I'm gonna miss him so much, Gene.
It's another one that needs to go.
Gonna miss him. Yeah, this list is disgusting. And anybody who thinks the new Skaven book is bent, just look at this list right in front of your freaking face. Like, this list is utter filth. You have double Dreadmills, 6 Jazales, 2 toxic weapon teams. You have 18 strength, 3 toxic hits that happen at agility 10 before 18 strength 5 hatred battle focus attacks, plus the Machinists, plus Thaum rerolling to wound, plus a stubborn pendulum. Like, this list is disgusting. Absolutely filth. And anybody that says otherwise, that this new book is better, is more powerful than this list right here, come talk to me about it, because I don't see it. Like, his core isn't even optimized. Like, that's not a good core. But this list is way better than anything you could produce right now in the new Vermin Swarm book. Like, this list runs it over. It doesn't even blink while it does it. With the bad core, like if you're gonna take, just take 20 Vermin Guard. Why are you taking 28? Like, take more footpads for chaff. Throw some giant rats in there. Take another unit of Brotherhood so you can split your disciples up on either flank and cover them with the leadership. But even with an unoptimized core, this list is going to crush any new Vermin Swarm book list out there.
Yeah. 18 Plague Disciples. Oof, I don't want to deal with that.
At least it's not 45. I was going to bring 45.
It's a good thing you didn't go.
I was gonna bring 45
Yeah,
with a pendulum, and just bonsai people.
This guy's the Vermin Swarm lover.
He's the VS lover.
Rat at arms, rat at arms, rat at arms.
Also taken down with Second Awakening, Legion Center, Seal House, Undermine. I've never
weapon teams. Catapult, lightning bolt, catapult and a cannon.
Yeah, treadmill and A-bomb.
One of each.
A lot of it's just
mix.
body. You know what it is? It's just bodies to score, and then he's gonna crush you on that with that Plague Patriarch, and hit you with an A-bomb in the flank, and shoot you while he does it. I think the shooting could be a little more specialized. Like, I don't really like the 1-1-1. I would just be like triple globe launcher, personally. And then I would pick: do I want dreadmills or do I want A-bombs? But yeah, I mean the down wizard's gonna. It's fine. Yeah, I don't really have a complaint. I don't really like the ratted arms because they're just another thing that panics when you could take almost as many Plague Brotherhood for those points. Well, you can't with 10 less, but not that big of a deal.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. Again, I think this list is better than the new book. Just this list. Just this list. That's all it is.
Now here's a lot of bodies. 400 bodies.
Good. He's ready for the new book. Ready for the new book.
Wow.
Frankly, I don't like slaves at all. The new book, I do like slaves, but I mean, I don't like the slaves here. They just do auto hits, whatever. The catapults are exciting with rerolls to wound from witchcraft.
Right.
I do like that a lot. I like the double A-bomb, but if you kind of peel off the A-bomb, you're not really worried about anything else in his army.
Right. There's 400 bodies. That's all I keep focusing on.
That's a lot of bodies for a leadership, army that struggles with terror and stuff. But
I mean, they're going to be 9s, right?
Well, as long as they're within 12 inches of the Magister.
And you get 400
bodies
you have 400
bodies within.
That's a good point.
Magister.
Yeah, it's a lot of people though. All right, where's the Dark Gods?
Hey, we're there. We're almost there.
We're at the final ones.
The final countdown.
Exalted Hero. Choose 18 warriors.
Herald. It's an Exalted Herald.
Sorry.
Damn right you're sorry.
There's not a lot to this list, is there?
That's three big blocks.
Yeah.
With wretched ones being annoying, and then 2 pieces of chaff, the Chimera and the Flayers. It's 3 big blocks. That's pretty much it.
All right.
3.5, I guess, with the wretched ones. And the Herald can do his thing. I mean, personally, if you're going to play this much point denial, why even bother Exalted Herald? But,
yeah. Another Exalted Herald.
Ooh, a dragon. I like that. With the touch of greatness, so strength 7 Wrath Dragon. That's kind of good. I don't like barbarians. For 10 more points, you get 10 Lust Warriors with a musician.
Barbarians, Feldrakes, 3 into Warhounds, Battle Shrine, Rotting Giant. He does have a dragon.
He is a dragon. I don't like this list though because of the barbarians are the weak point in this list. And Feldrakes have decent enough agility. I don't really like great weapons on him either, but that's just me. He does have triple chaff, which is good. That is a good thing. I do like battle shrines quite a bit, but again, I know you want to take the tribal war spear and put the giant in with the barbarians. Just don't bother. Just take a giant with the war spear and run him by himself. 10 more points, you get 10 Lust Warriors, which are with spike shields. So you have strength 4 dudes that can flee with feigned flight.
Yeah, Yeah, now that you've been ragging on barbarians, Ben's going to run them.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Durham's got warriors that are gods. You know what I'm not seeing in at least the first 3 warriors is not the teleporting thing.
The Helma.
The Helmaw.
Yeah. He has naked warriors for the triple march, so his chosen lord can go in there. 2 units of 5 Feldraks with paired weapons with discipline banners so they can spread. They also get their rerolls for their panic checks because they do panic. They do take Durham. 2 units of Warhounds.
Leadership 8.
I think they're 9s.
Discipline 9s, okay.
Yeah.
Rerollable 9 is really good.
5 knights to round out his 4 scoring, and then a warrior chariot. And then his wizards also on a chariot with the master of occultism.
Okay.
He is just a 1-up, so kind of a big target on his head. Frankly, if you can kill single models, that's not telling you how to play your game, but that's kind of where I would start.
Who's the 1-up?
The sorcerer on the chariot. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, plate armor basalt. All right. Next one we have is fought. Fought? Is that right?
I don't know.
Okay. Wretched ones.
Double wretched ones. I see that. That's good.
Double
He did take Lord of the Damned too, so like I don't think like wretched ones and forsaken ones by themselves are too good, because I think a big side of random movers is obviously that they're random movers. Lord of the Damned is too good for the 35 points you pay for it.
Yes. I played Phil and he had the 4 unit of random.
My gosh, it's if you give random movers that reroll, it just makes them way too reliable.
Right.
So it makes them too good at what they do. I like the flayers with the skinning lash for chaff and chaff clearance. The chosen knights I think are way too expensive for what you get. 10 warrior knights with great weapons, that's 630 points. That's a lot of points for 10 warrior knights. Holy cow.
That's a big unit. Yep.
Yeah. And yeah, I understand they fight. So that's another 21 strength 7, strength 6. Let me double check. Unit.
Great weapons with wrath.
Wrath gives you lightning reflexes, so he swings at initiative. The first round of combat.
Okay.
Let's see. They're only 3-up armor or 2-up armor save in close combat. So they're not as scary. You have 4-up, 3-up, 2-up, 1-up. Yeah.
Wrath at least gets rid, makes the great weapon swing faster. You're right. So.
Yeah. They are. So yeah, they go to. They're only strength 6 though. Not strength 7.
Okay.
I mean, it's only 10 points, but you do lose that. You lose the armor save though, which is the scary part for me, at least. I want my knights to stick around.
Right. They have shields, so they're 1-up from shooting or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They're 1-up from shooting. I mean, everything has a great weapon.
Right.
So there's a lot of strength 6, and then the wretched ones, like those 2 units of wretched ones would like pretty much eat my whole elf army. But other than that, not so much.
Yeah. All right, Joey.
I like the Burning Portent Lord with the Immortal Gauntlet, so you have the Divine.
Right.
Reroll. So even if you're a cowboy with the 2-up.
Yeah, there's a chance. There's a much bigger chance something slips through.
Yeah.
Sloth. 21 warriors of sloth with relentless company. Get on you, quick.
Their agility 6 on the charge, Cactus. Not agility 7. Yeah, so the sloth warriors are cool. Not much to say about sloth warriors. 4 chosen knights of envy, so we can reroll 1s to charge and 1s to hit. I like that more than wrath. Halberds I don't think I've ever seen a Feldrak unit with a halberd. Like, never have I ever. I've only ever seen him with great weapons or paired weapons.
Hmm.
He does have his 4 scoring, and he does have the warrior chariot just to kind of give him another threat. I know he likes this Veil Walker on the side wheel guy a lot.
Yes.
Um,
It's got a nice model.
Yeah, it's.
It's a
I
really
love
nice
it.
model.
I've always loved that model. Like ever since I was a kid, like playing the Storm of Chaos, right? Like a sorcerer on a flying disc of death.
Right.
Like, I'm all about it. And yeah, Apparently he crushed Phil with this list.
Oh,
today.
did he? Okay.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it moves pretty fast. It's going to get on you and just start hammering you.
Yeah, he's going to be on top of you quickly.
Yep.
And just swing away. Swing away.
Swing away. Crush them.
Envy. Wait, go back one, sorry.
Oops. It's back one.
Yeah. I think you changed it on me. Sloth. Okay, yep, cool. You did change it on me. You're good.
What was wrong?
You're good. No, I read the Chosen Lord. I was reading Joey's Chosen Lord, and I read Envy, and I was like, well, where's he going to go? Like, he's just going to be all by himself? And then I realized you had changed it on me because he is Sloth, so he will go with the Sloth
okay.
Warriors.
With the Warriors.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Okay.
I'm good. So he's got the Chimera Lord, this guy, which is pretty cool. Like, I think the Chimera Lords makes your Chosen Lords really flexible. I like the Halberd with the Touch of Greatness again for the strength 7. And he's a 4-up Aegis save. Oh, Banner Speed Trophy Rack. That's cool. I haven't seen that before. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 scoring units, 2 units of 10, 650 for Warrior Knights. I like Stalker Standard on them because there's nothing worse than losing like a 50-point Knight model.
Right.
To rolling a 1.
A pair of Slayers and a pair of Horsemen. Okay. That's 2 units of 10 Warrior Knights. Oof.
With greed, so they get the whole kit and caboodle weapon master thing.
Right.
Which I think is really good on the Warrior Knights if you're gonna grind, because it's you charge in, you hit them with a lance, boom, you're strength 6 at agility 5 when you charge, and then we're stuck in a grind. I can keep hand weapon shield if I'm worried about my armor save, or if there's not a lot of strength attacks, boom, paired weapons, halberds, great weapons, whatever. They're just super flexible pieces, which is why I personally highly rate greed quite a bit. He's got the Chosen Lord to go hunt things. He's going to be super fast and on you, top of you quickly. With the 4 chaff pieces too, just to really set up his charges.
Yeah. It's 2 units, two Warriors armies that are going to be all over you quickly.
Yeah.
Sorcerer. Wow. 1 character.
That's cool. I like that. 2 units of 10 chosen with great weapons and wrath.
Right. Oof, that's a lot of attacks.
3 chosen knights, 3 chosen knights. Come here. Yeah, this list is not shy about what it wants to do. Just,
Smash you.
yeah, it just is what it is, right? Like, it's just gonna run forward and hit you with chosen wrath warriors and slap you in the face. Yeah, why not? You sounds, you're right, Ben. I don't know. Like the Chimera more, maybe because they get there better. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go. 2 units of 10 chosen. You're right.
Yeah, with great weapons.
And wrath. Yeah. So yeah, that's ugly.
No, did he take one? He took one. He took 1 musician in his whole list, though.
Is that 30 strength 6 attacks?
Yes. 31 actually with the champion.
Sorry, my mistake.
31. And those will be agility 7 on the charge.
Wow. That's that's not good.
Yeah, he took 1 musician in this whole army. Just on the Sloth War. So there you go. Run around him.
Run around him. Oof. Okay. And Schultz. Ghosts.
Oh, I thought we were done. Damn it.
That's too many warriors. There's your
I don't
helm.
like Chosen Knights. Hey, we finally have a Helma. Like, that's cool.
One
Chosen
helm.
Knights are there. There's some Sloth guys. I've never seen this many Sloth warriors in my life, and we're seeing them all over the place.
Yeah. So, Chosen
I don't
Knight.
like Symbol of Slaughter on the Chosen Lord, but that's a personal taste. Excuse me.
Okay.
The
What
Battle
does Symbol of
Shrine's cool.
Slaughter do?
Some extra attacks, but you're also extra to be hit.
Oh, okay.
He's only strength 5. Like, get him going, right? Like get some high strength stuff in there. Yeah, +2 attack, some +2 agility.
Sloth Warriors, Gluttony, Wrath. It's all over the place.
Yeah, I mean he's got a flame banner on his Battle Shrine Wizard, which is a nice touch. But
2 ominous
it's
gateways.
yeah, it's only got 3 scoring though. So do Fallen score? I don't think Fallen score. I'm gonna double check that. No, I was right. Haha. Yeah, he's only got 3 scoring, so you peel the Chosen Knights out of there because they're probably your softest like target, and away you go. You do have the Helma, which helps with that some, but remember you lose scoring the turn you go through it. So.
Right. All right.
And the Chosen Lord has to go in with the Chosen of Wrath because that's the only other Wrath unit. So.
Right.
That makes that unit even more of a must avoid. So just don't fight the Chosen, and I think you'll be fine against this list.
10 Chosen with great weapons. Oof.
With the Chosen Lord. Just
With the Chosen Lord.
just
Right.
don't fight it.
Stay away from it. They do have a musician, so they can turn around fast. Unlike the other guy.
Yeah.
All right. That was it.
We
was
did
the
it.
last one. We made it.
120 under an hour and a half.
Under an hour and a half. So
We did well.
under 3 for both parts.
We did it.
With 60 whatever, 5 lists or whatever it was.
64.
Is it 64? Okay.
Yeah. Are they releasing pairings early?
I don't know. I've not heard that.
I mean, I go back and forth. On whether you should release pairings early or not, because there's always problems.
Yeah, something's going to happen the day of. Now,
Yeah.
hopefully, you just on that day of just minimize the carnage, shifting people around. But
Right.
yeah.
So.
But still, yeah, and it gives you an advantage in the first game that you don't have in the other one.
Yep. You're right.
So it's also blind deployment, which I've always enjoyed. So
my top list is Ben Jones.
All of them.
Whatever he's running.
The top 5 Ben Jones lists, the whole Night Goblin army. After they were no longer called Night Goblins.
I got to tell you one thing I do like. I do like that Vermin Swarm army with 400 bodies.
I know you like it.
Just as a fun list, not as a competitive list that's going to win this tournament.
Yeah. Oh well, why don't we do a follow-up video?
Can win this tournament
with a. We'll do our top 5 lists, and if they release a pairings thing, we'll do that then too.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to look at it and get some top 5 list.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Sounds good.
We'll see you in the next one.
Yep. See you guys around.
Good night.